This video has a purpose, and the purpose is just to see the close-ups of the Sheath Indonesia Work Tough Gear Nightmare 3. The Nightmare 3 features an 8.5-inch blade with an 8-inch cutting edge. It's got about 7 3/4-inch handle, an overall length of 16 inches if you count this little thing, 15.5 inches if you don't. Take a look at the logos. That's the Nightmare 3, old school Work Tough Gear logo. The date, March 2022, and it's a first run. This knife belongs to Scab, Choir Boys Outdoors. That's a steel type SK85. And there is the maker's mark. I mean, it's the designer's mark, I suppose you would say. But Sheath Indonesia, I will have him tagged in the description along with Choir Boys Outdoors. If you don't already, give them both a follow. The handle scales can be taken apart with a T10. It has 3 on each side. I think I got a piece of broken magnet. I do. Oh, it's found its way to the pommel. But that's what I take it apart. Let's see what that blade stock is. I bet in 1/4 inch or somewhere close to it. 0.2375. We'll call that 1/4 inch. It's just a little less than 1/4 inch, right? It's probably a 1/4 inch blade stock to start off with and finish down is 0.23. Now, love the fuller. I know it doesn't have much of a use. It's more aesthetical, it's just aesthetically pleasing. I like it. What's to say about it, man? It's got G10 handles. It does offer this lanyard hole type thing for whatever situation you find yourself in a need for. It does have jimping on the back of the spine. It feels good. It's aggressive, but not too aggressive. It'll work good with gloves or barehanded. And I can't really say enough about this handle. If you want to see me talk more in depth about how the knife performs in use, I do have a video up. It was like a family outing. We went not camping but hiking, and put it through its paces, got back home, and did a few more things that I forgot to get on video while we were out in the woods. I love the knife though, man. It's stropped up easily. I may have overstropped the belly. I think I did. It's sharp, but not as sharp as it is down here, and this is where the bulk of the abuse took place. I did try to do some chopping with this portion of the blade, so it did go through some abuse. But, I never rolled edge or anything. There is some dirt here, but I can't feel that. It's not chipped. But it may appear chipped in the video. But it's not, there may be a little chip here. If so, I'll talk to Scab, see what he wants me to do. I can put a 220 belt on the grinder. With a convex edge, it's hard to take these to a stone. Like running across diamonds. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just maybe be beyond my skill set. So stropping is the only thing I've done to it, but I don't mind putting it on a 220 and getting the edge sharp again. With the actual abrasive. But I do like the knife. I've had a lot of fun with it. Courtney didn't use it much. She didn't really have much of an opinion. My favorite aspect of this knife happens to be the handle. The only other kukri that I have here, let me see if I can get this whole thing in frame. Got some Dremel bits in the way. All right. So the only other kukri, that is an entire magnet that was stuck to the back here. That thing, well, I thought that was a little clean for this knife. I was like, what is that thing? What is that thing there for? Okay, I've got this mossy oak kukri, which is kind of a joke, but at the same time, it could be fun. I mean, it's a $20 kukri, right? Like, I still haven't taken it out to the woods, and I know there's going to be a lot of people that say this isn't a cookery. I'm not here to debate. I'm sorry, you know, like to me, it's about it's a cookery style knife. I understand, like it's not exactly a cookery. I would agree with that 100%, but it is like it's about as cookery of a design as you can possibly get without being 100% Gurkha, Nepalese inspired. Something else I really enjoyed was the sheath. It goes in nice and easy. Like you do have to kind of make sure you get past this bolt point, because if you just try to slide it in, you get this this type of effect. But you know, if you got plenty of room here in the side, that if you'll go in a manner where like common sense would lead you, then it works just fine. But I have, you know me, I'm not always common sense inspired, so I have almost cut myself trying to get it back in the sheath when I wasn't paying attention. So pay attention to what you're doing. This might not be a problem for you because these knives are extremely hard to find. I haven't been able to find one for sale. Let's have a snap for additional support. You actually need that because this as well as this does fit, it doesn't have a lot of pressure to keep the knife in. But I do like the fact that it came with this piece. It wears on the belt just fine. The only complaint I would have about it, as I said in the other video, is if you like to put your knife on your belt and just forget it exists and you're going to be driving around from one trail to the next or whatever, you know, if you're just going to be getting in your car with a fixed blade on, period. There's sometimes I just enjoy taking a fixed blade and sticking it on me and forgetting about it, you know. And I throw the Jed Hornbeak out there. This one is kind of hard to do that as well with the love handles. Then you know you got these things poking on you. But when you got somebody as cool as Jed, he makes you an additional sheath. You know, left-handed and right-handed. But anyway, it has nothing to do with this knife. But it's not a knife, you know, like this little piece right here is kind of aggravating when you're driving. It wants to dig into the back of your seat. So whenever I get in the truck, I just take it off. Or I take it out of the sheath and I put it in my door. And then whenever I get out, I put it back in the sheath. And as long as you can remember to do that, you ain't gonna have any issues. If you don't remember to do that, this thing's gonna fight you the entire time you're driving. So it's not what I would call an EDC fixed blade. I'm not saying it ain't. I'm not saying it can't be. It's not what I would call an EDC fixed blade. But as far as taking it out to the woods and having fun and having that backup or leaving it in your truck, I think it's an excellent knife for any of those categories. Couldn't be more excited to have been able to check this out. So one last time, thank you, Choir Boys Outdoors Scab. Thanks for Edgy American was he was borrowing them, and he sent them along to me. So I very much appreciate that. I know I'm gonna be sending one of these knives to Peterbilt Knife Guy. I need to get his address from Scab if he hadn't already sent it to me. I'm horrible at keeping up with that type of stuff. But one of the knives that Scab loaned me will be going to Peterbilt Knife Guy. So keep an eye out for that. I want to say it might have been the Nomad Camp knife. I can't remember. But anyway, you guys have a great one. Thanks for watching. And like I said, for a more active video with less details, just watching the knife in action, there is a video posted. It should be very near this one as far as time goes. Could be a little bit before, could be a little bit after. You guys have a great one. Catch you on the flip side.